This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple, and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
Your name, rank, and register?
Gadal Ahmad Ban Yashikar Ban Yasrala.
Gadal Ahmad Ban Yashikar Ban Yasrala.
Shalom. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakatah.
La Yasrala.
Excellent. Gonna go ahead and face east. Do the Most High's prayer.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawi.
Abanawi.
Shabbat
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kadash.
Hayah. Shakah. Yahweh.
Malaka.
Malaka.
Tabah.
Tzadakah. Hayah. Aisha. Baratazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashemayim. Nathanawa. Lakam. Call. Yuam. Wasalakna. Kawawapna. Kawasalakna. Kawawapna. Wala'a. Tabianawa. Manasa Awan. Abal. Hawashai Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Wataparath. Lawalumyum. Aman.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not.
Into temptation. But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it.
Forever so be it.
It's the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Bashem. Yahushua. Baba Kushah. Nathanawa. Akak. Lapa'ah.
Makala.
Makala.
Madawa.
Hakak.
Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakak.
Lahakwayim. Amathyam.
Hakak.
Arakawath. Hatamala.
Lagarshan.
Bahashim.
Yahushua.
The water. Aman.
The power in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
It's the blessings in the Hebrew.
Barak,
Atah,
Atah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Wahayahweh Shai,
Wahayahweh,
Makaala,
Wamakiala,
Wahalayam,
Wahalayam,
Matazabaa,
Matazabah,
Alawaba,
Alawak,
Yahana,
Yahana,
Hawapiyam,
Ha'alawapium,
Hasarayam,
Hasaranyum,
Hakwataza Yanyam,
Hakwatazayanyum,
Hakwayayalim,
Hakayayum,
Wakwap, Salaki, Wahakwatium,
Wa'akwatium,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
the water,
the water,
Amen.
Aman.
The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahushai.
and Yahushai,
And Michael.
and Michael,
And the angels.
and the angels,
Commander General Yohana.
Commander General
The
Yohana,
generals.
the generals,
The captains.
the captains,
The officers.
the officers,
The troopers.
the troopers,
And the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah,
Asha'ah,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
All,
Ahariyam,
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 Mayan,
Mayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Azariah,
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 Ma'an,
Ma'an,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ashah,
Ashah,
Shamayim,
Shamayim,
Wa'aratazah,
Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Regalka,
Al-Yanawam,
Al-Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hana,
Hana,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasharala,
Yasharala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yamyanka,
Yamyanka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balayala,
Balayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makarai,
Makarai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Atnabashka,
Atnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazaak,
Tazaaka,
Wabawaaka,
Wabawaaka,
Maita,
Maita,
Wa'ai,
Wa'ai,
Awalum,
Awalam.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Aldamayalaka,
Aldamayalaka,
Alta Karash,
Alta Karash,
Wa Alta Shakwat,
Alta Shakwat,
All, Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Awayabyaka,
Yahama Yawan,
Yahama Yawan,
Umashanayaka,
Wamashaniyaka,
Nasha'awa,
Nasha'awa,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Alamaka,
Alamaka,
Yarayamwa,
Yarayamwa,
Sawad,
Sawad,
Wayatatazawa,
Wayatatazawa,
Altazapon Wayaka,
Altazapan Yaka,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Kawa,
Lakawa,
Wanaka Yadam,
Wanaka Yadam,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'ah,
Wala,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Shem Yasha'ala,
Shem Yasharala,
Awad,
Awad,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nayatazwa,
Nayatazawa,
Lab,
Lab,
Yakagwa,
Yakagwa,
Yaka,
Al-Yaka,
Varyath,
Varyath,
Zakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahalia,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashamayam,
Wayashamayam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wagaria,
Galgaria,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wamawan,
Wamawan,
Wamalak,
Wamalak,
Kalashath,
Palashath,
Amishabia,
Ayashabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gamashawar,
Gamashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Amam,
Ayawa,
Iwan,
Sarawai,
Sarawai,
Labanyalawat,
Labanyalawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Ashalaham,
Ashalaham,
Kamadian,
Kamadian,
Kasarayah,
Kasayara,
Kayabyan,
Kayabyan,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Bayaswan,
Bayaswan,
Shamadwa,
Shamadwa,
Bayandara,
Bayandahara,
Ayawa,
Ayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
Ladama,
Ladama,
Sayatamwa,
Shaitamwa,
Nayawamawa,
Nayabawa,
Karab,
Karab,
Wakazahaba,
Wakazahaba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakazalamanai,
Wakatazalamani,
Karnasa Yakamwa,
Call Nasa Yakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amawa,
Narashah,
Narashah,
Nanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Nawath,
Nawath,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shetamwa,
Shaitamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
the Panya Rakah,
Lapanya Rakwa,
Kaash,
Kaash,
the Bara Yaira,
Tabaya Ira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Ayam,
Mayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Tarapadma,
Tarapadma,
Basrakah,
Basaraka,
Wabasapatka,
Wabasawapaka,
Tahabalam,
Tabalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Qualawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Al-Yad,
Adyad,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadawa,
Wayadawa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ata,
Ata,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Al-Kaharatazah.
Al-Haratazah.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said, Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
and
the Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
the tabernacle Gebal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
and the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them, as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kisan,
at the brook of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Nobles like Oreb,
and like Zeb,
and like Zeb.
Yea, all their princes as Zebah,
all their princes as Zebah,
and as Zalmunna,
and as Zamuna,
who said,
let
us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
the houses of God in possession.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stumble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire,
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them,
So persecute them
with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh.
That they might seek thy name, O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded,
and
troubled forever.
And let trouble forever.
Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish. That men may know that thou alone, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Give or grant something to someone in a gracious or condescending manner.
Okay, gracious or condescending manner. All right then. Go ahead. Go ahead and finish.
And what plagues he had heaped upon their enemies.
That's okay.
This Jesus did imitate Solomon and was no less famous for wisdom and learning, both being indeed a man of great learning and so reputed also.
That's in the spirit right there, because as we all know, when Christ was on this earth, before he was Christ, he was on this earth first as Adam, then as the high priest Melchizedek, then as Isaac, and then as Solomon. So it's almost through the spirit that this Jesus literally looked to Solomon as a mentor, an idol almost, without idolizing him. Go ahead.
The prologue of the wisdom of Jesus, the son of Sirach, whereas many and great things have been delivered unto us by the law and the prophets, and by others that have followed their steps, for the which things Israel ought to be commended for learning and wisdom.
I'm right.
And whereof not only the readers must needs become skillful themselves, but also they that desire to learn, be able to profit them which are without, both by speaking and writing. My grandfather Jesus, when he had much given himself to the reading of the law and the prophets and other books of our fathers, and had gotten therein good judgment, was drawing on also himself.
So this book here, Ecclesiasticus, is one of the wise. It's actually one of the wisdom books of the entire scriptures. I mean, when y'all get a hold of that Apocrypha, including Ecclesiasticus, y'all are going to understand why, historically and as far as just universal practical knowledge, why Esau had to take this book out the Bible, this collection of books out the Bible. You'll understand that real quick, because it's big on self-autonomy and it's big on history. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
To write something pertaining to learning and wisdom, to the intent that those which are desirous to learn and are addicted to these things might profit much more in living according to the law. Wherefore, we entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words which we have labored to interpret.
That's what we do in the ISUPK. We love this book, man. We love this. We love these scriptures. We get wisdom from all of it, but this book here is giving a lot of wisdom. It's going to tell you in a minute why we do these prayers in Hebrew to start out before we do it in English. But go ahead.
For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets.
Read that part again.
And for the same things which uttered in Hebrew,
and things in other, the prayers in this case uttered in Hebrew. Go ahead.
And translated into another tongue.
Translated into another tongue, English. Go ahead.
Have not the same force in them.
All right. So y'all understand why we read them in Hebrew first, because when it's spoken in the language it's supposed to, the Lord's language, the one He gave Adam, and the one that made its way to Ibar, and then of course to Abraham, and from there the language continued going. It's come from the past. That's what Hebrew means, and that's why we utter these prayers. We send them up in Hebrew and then in English. You know what I'm saying? Because English is the first language everybody in there understood. We almost done with that prologue. We done with that sentence?
Sir.
We'll just get done with that particular sentence we were on, and then we'll go ahead and get into the lesson. Go ahead.
Khan. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference.
All right, then. Most High in Christ. Let's see where you at. All right, let's go ahead and we'll finish in language. Go ahead.
When they are spoken in their own language.
When it's spoken in their own language. This Bible, though it's been circulated around the world and has basically been the start of every major religion. You know what I'm saying? Even at Islam. Even it's got its roots in the scriptures. When you buy a Holy Quran, understand that they'll have parts of the Torah in it. Why? Because Ishmael, after all, is Abraham's son too. So it's not like Ishmael didn't have righteousness in the beginning. It's just that he wasn't chosen. So that's why his kids went off and started a whole nother religion. You know what I'm saying? But if you ever look at Arabs who are Muslim, a lot of their wisdom comes from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason for that because they are close relatives of ours, but at the same time, they've been long did away with. You know what I'm saying? The Most High did not have any designs on any promises or any covenant going to Ishmael. He chose Isaac. Y'all understand? All right, so we're gonna go on here and go into the lesson. We were in the water for bringing that out, Trooper Godal Ahmad. We're gonna go ahead back to pick it up where we left off last week. We were in Exodus, the 28th chapter. Were we not? Okay. And we were at verse 42. Priest and Officer Lamawad will read it in Hebrew, and Trooper Godal Ahmad in English. The water for all y'all coming out. Blessing us on this Sabbath before we take care of the Lord's business a little bit later. But the water for all y'all coming out, bringing your kids and everything is a wonderful thing to see. Does my heart well, and it definitely does the Most High's heart well. See everybody trying to come back to their nationality like they're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Doing it the way our ancestors were doing it for a while and should have continued doing it. But okay, we're on Exodus 28. We're on verse 42. Go ahead and pick it up from there.
You said 42?
Con.
This book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 42 in the Hebrew. Rasha, Laham, Makanasiyah, Bada, Makasawath, Bashar, Awa, Mamatanayam, Wa'ad, Yarakayam, Yahayawah.
The book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 42 in the English. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness from the loins, even unto the thighs they shall reach.
All right, so brothers weren't walking around naked or partially naked back then. We had to actually wear something to cover our legs up. Who goes to war? Who goes to war? With their drawers on. You know what I'm saying? Pro wrestlers I know do it, but who goes to war like that? The so-called white man, the Greeks. Y'all look up the word gym or gymnasium. Y'all know where that word comes from? It basically means naked. Just shows you what kind of disgusting people they were. Even when they were doing athletic competition in them days, these so-called white men. This is where the Olympics today are rooted at. So-called white men, when they were doing athletic competition, wrestling, running, discus throwing, things of that nature, they always did it naked. That was never an Israelite custom. That's a heathen custom, particularly so-called white men. The most disgusting men that ever lived on the planet used to do all their athletic competition. Imagine you supposed to be straight and you wrestling a naked man. I don't even want to imagine. I don't know about y'all, but that's just how it came from. That's where it came. But yeah, when you go into the history, the Greek word is gymnos. That's where gym comes from, and it was basically doing everything naked. All right, but that was never an Israelite custom. It's telling you right here. Breeches to cover up your nakedness from the loins even unto the thighs. In other words, right from where your crotch and your business is, all the way to your thighs. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get the last verse in Exodus 28. Go ahead.
This book of Exodus, chapter 28, Verse 43 in Hebrew. Wayo, Wahayawa, Allah, Aharan, Wa'al, Banyawa, Baba'am, Al, Bahal, Mawa'ad, Awa, Bagashatam, Al, Mazabak, Lasharath, Wakwadash, Wala'a, Yashawa, Awan, Wamatawa, Kukwath, Awalam, Wa, Walazara Awa, Akareyawa.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 28, and verse 43 in English. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons when they come in unto the tabernacle of the congregation, or when they come near unto the altar to minister in the holy place, that they bear not iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever unto him and his seed after him.
Let me ask you, brothers and sisters, one thing. The word holy means what? Say it again. Separate or set apart, right? Come on, all right. So it's talking about the holy place. It's a separate place. That's what makes ISUPK so wonderful. This is a separate place. No heathen can get in. You know what I'm saying? We don't let other nations up in here congregate with us. That's of the Most High right there. Exodus 19 and 5 and 6 for any of y'all that are reading the book of Exodus at home. We're supposed to be a holy people. The word holy means separate or set apart. You know what I'm saying? This is not for all nations. And it never was. Let's go into Exodus 29th chapter. Come on.
This is Exodus chapter 29, verse 1 in Hebrew. Azar, Adabar, Ashar, Ashar, Ma'am, Wakadash, Thumb, Wakahan, Layah, Laquak, Bara, Akkad, Maya, Wakwar, Wayalam.
Book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 1. And this is the thing that thou shalt do unto them to hallow them, to minister unto me in the priest's office. Take one young bullock and 2 rams without blemish.
You know, as every time we go into a feast or a gathering, that word without blemish comes up. What does that mean to every one of you all? That word without blemish. Anybody? Go ahead.
Scarring or something.
Say it a little louder, sister. Scarring. That's okay.
Like
That
blemishes, like I guess in that form, but like I get it. I get it, but I don't know how to put the actual. Because like when you have a blemish on your face, it's like messing up. You get what I'm saying? Like the original format. I guess.
Come on.
So,
That's go ahead, sis. Perfection. Yeah.
okay.
That's a good word right there.
Yeah, so I'm like, what am I trying to
Most High in Christ. Any of you brothers want to try? Without blemish. When the scriptures say without blemish, what does that mean?
I'd say like without flaw.
That's perfect. Get that brother a hand, y'all. Both the sisters were right, but I think you were perfect. Without anything wrong. The Most High does not want an imperfect sacrifice. That's why he hated Abel so much, because Abel gave him a BS sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Didn't give him the best of it. Didn't give him the best of his harvest. And when he gave him an animal sacrifice, the animal was old or it was injured some way somehow and gonna die, because you know an injured animal ain't gonna live long because it can't take care of itself. You see that today in the wild. But that's what he gave the Lord. You know what I'm saying? When 1 John 3 and 18 says, "Love not in words but in deed," right? I'm paraphrasing. It's telling you, and the Lord wants a perfect sacrifice. So if you really love the Lord, you show it by giving him a perfect sacrifice. If you give him a blemish, if you sacrifice a blemished animal, what are you telling him? There you go. You're not, and the Lord don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not serving him with gladness. You're not serving him with respect or anything to give him a wounded or destroyed animal to sacrifice. That's why he couldn't stand Cain's ass, man. That's why he couldn't stand. Loved Abel because Abel gave him a perfect sacrifice. He couldn't stand Cain for that reason. Cain was an evil son of a bitch. He gave the Lord an unrighteous sacrifice. So like it to the kids in the room, but that was why when we have these gatherings, you have to get if you really love the Most High, you give him a perfect sacrifice, man. That's why Christ's death was so significant because he lived perfect. He was young. He was off in his early 30s, and his sacrifice was to say, was to be a final sacrifice for Israelites. You know what I'm saying? It's a perfect parallel to one another. But we're gonna go ahead and read verse 2.
This book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 2 in the Hebrew. Come, Tazawath, Wakalath, Tazaath, Walawalath, Washaman, Wawakwaya, Tazawath, Masha Kayam.
Exodus 29, verse 2 in the English. And unleavened bread and cakes, unleavened, tempered with oil, and wafers, unleavened, anointed with oil, of wheaten flour shall thou make them.
Now I don't really have much to add to that verse. Just hopefully you sisters are taking notes. You all that want to perfect the art of making unleavened bread. You know what I'm saying? I bet Sister Angel's real good at it. What do you think? No? All right. Yeah. All right. Verse 3. Go ahead and get verse 3. And 4. Papa Shop.
Book of Exodus, chapter 29, verses 3 and 4 in the Hebrew. Wanatath, Alpam, Allah, Saul, Akkad, Wakawayabath, Atam, Saul, Wa'ath, Maniyam, Tamayamam, verse 4. Wa'ath, Aharan, Wa'ath, Banyawa, Takwaya, All, Batak, Ahal, Mawa'ad, Bashaman, Salat, Katayam, Taisha, Atam.
Exodus 29 and verse 3 and 4 in the English. And thou shalt put them into one basket and bring them in the basket with the bullock and the 2 rams. And Aaron and his sons shall bring unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation and shall wash them with water.
Life was good for an obedient nation. Life was good for the high priest because the high priest never had to worry about keeping a place to stay. He never had to worry about food or anything because Israel used to mess up so much and bring these sacrifices to him. Probably kept him full of food for up to a month every month. I can't imagine the priest even having to go shopping there. You know what I'm saying? Even if they had retail stores, I mean, I know they had vendors back then, but they didn't have retail stores. It wouldn't have been no thing to the priest no way. You know what I'm saying? Israel screwed up so much. They would always bring him a sacrifice, and the sacrifice was always savory. You know what I'm saying? Always good. Go ahead. We're gonna go to verse 5. Go ahead.
Everybody that's watching online, if you're trying to comment, it's not going to come through unless you're on YouTube. We'll figure out the Facebook pages later, but right now, comments are only showing up on YouTube.
Yeah, go to the ISUPK Dallas YouTube page, like, share, and subscribe. This is even if you got family members not in the truth, y'all need to send them this anyway, because if they supposed to be godly people, they supposed to listen, and if they got questions, all they got to do is call the school. You know what I'm saying? They think we going off or we wrong on something. No problem. Call the school. Usually I'm at the end of that line, and I can't wait to talk to them. But all right, anyway, let's go on to verse 5 and verse 6. No, I'll just finish that. I want all smoke. All of it. Yeah. I'll tag teams the car one and we'll both go in on you. All right. We're at verse 5 or verse 6 right now.
Verse 5.
Verse 5. We'll get 5 and 6.
Exodus chapter 29, verses 5 and 6. Wala kaf, off. Abagada yum. Wala bashik, slack. Wala bashaf, off. Awan, off. Hakatanath, wa'ath. Apar, wa'ath. Shunaya, Ayalam. Verse 6. Washamat, Mataza Napath, Rora Kataza Ath, Atham, Ayum.
Exodus 29, verses 5 and 6. And thou shalt take the garments and put upon Aaron the coat and the robe of the ephod and the breastplate, and gird him with the curious girdle of the ephod. And thou shalt put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre.
Okay, so being the high priest came with perks. You dressed better than everybody. That's truly the spirit of Israel right there. Even when you the top man of God among your people, you still gotta be dressed to the nines. You know what I'm saying? Ephod, breastplate. I imagine Aaron probably had a real good fur coat going on, man. Imagine a pimp who's actually a man of God. You know what I'm saying? It's imaginary because if you're a man of God, you can't be a pimp. But I'm saying just imagine somebody that dressed that flashy, had that spirit on him, but he was a man of God. That was Aaron, the high priest at the time, the first high priest of Israel. Let's get 7 and 8, Baba Kashah.
Exodus chapter 29, verses 7 and 8 in the Hebrew. Wala Patak, Salam.
I'm gonna get these kids speaking Hebrew for this time next year. How y'all doing, kids?
Hello.
Say shalom.
Shalom.
Say shalom.
They say shalom.
Shalom. Let me hear y'all. Say shalom. Shalom. That's what I'm talking about. Young warrior in the back. Say shalom. He say he's busy right now. Okay. No sweat. Little man put me in my place. Well, he say he is busy right now. That's all right. Nick, we'll see what he says this time next year. All right. All right. All right. We in verse 7 and 8. Are we not? Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 29, verses 7 and 8 in the Hebrew. Wala Pukaf, Oth, Shaman, Mashakah, Wayataza Quath, Mayal, Harpad, Wa'ath, Harpad, Wa'ath, Akashan, Wa'apadath, Wa, Wakashah, Harpad. Verse 8. Wa'ath, Wa'ath, Wa'ath.
Fly codes. He had to make sure his sons had it too. You know what I'm saying? You can't be looking all stylish and your son's looking raggedy, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, because we trying to look good instead of being good, which I'll have that talk with anybody, me personally, but just know that it was always in our culture to be fashionable. This Bible is full of our fashion. A lot of things we're doing today, we were doing right back then, including with the gold teeth. You know what I'm saying? We were doing that all the way back then. That's what I'm saying. How could y'all ever think this was a so-called white man? Come on now. We don't even. I mean, especially us down in the South, gold teeth. You know, a gold grill is just our thing. You know what I'm saying? A couple of decades ago, that it was a moneymaker. Matter of fact, it was just that ingrained into the culture. Man, look, we were doing it all the way back then, even during the time of us coming out of the Exodus, like we read. That's just always been Black and Latino people's stuff. You know what I'm saying? Native American people's stuff. Always. Go ahead, sis.
So I saw a documentary clip where they were talking about mouth jewelry, and they have found skulls like Aztec skulls.
Right.
Right.
I heard about that.
My brethren back then would put actual jewels in their teeth.
I heard.
So they talked about even the science of it because they can't fathom how are they smart enough to know when to stop before they hit the nerve, so that they can embed the diamond. And how are they smart enough to put it in there to where it's stuck even all these years later getting dug up, they still got diamonds in their grave.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll ask this Aztec descendant right to my right how people pulled that off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
But that's the white man.
And Gadal Ahmad is gonna know the answer to that too. But let me tell you something. If the white man, and this will be easier for us when the kingdom comes, because the white man gonna have a whole lot of questions in, and we're gonna answer them too. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna do them all dirty at first. No, we're gonna be righteous rule, man. The only time they're gonna get their backs whipped is when they don't do as they told. You know what I'm saying? They don't when the cotton collecting ain't sufficient for me, I'm gonna whip their back. And that's just the way it's gonna be done. But as long as they're doing what they need to do, they're gonna be wonderful until the Lord ultimately decides it's time to do away with it. Because see, I don't know if y'all know this. When we do take the kingdom and we run this world under Christ and under the 144,000, we're gonna have all these nations in captivity for about 300 or 400 years, like they had us, all of them. Here, not just the white man, but the damn Asians, the Africans, the Arabs, the East Indians, all of them gonna be in captivity. But most of those nations at the end of their slavery are going back into their land. You know what I'm saying? The Africans, the Arabs, the East Indians, all of the Samoans, all of them, they're all going back to their land. The only thing that's going to get them killed by that point is if they're still dealing with their false idol gods. Asians too, if they start dealing with they idol gods, then they're going to get killed. Period. We're going to put an end to all this false god and idol worship. All right. The only one who's going to be the loser in the end is the so-called white man, because they're going to get their slavery and their captivity is going to be longer, and then ultimately we're going to annihilate them all, and that's going to be the Lord's wish. He put it in the book of Obadiah. Can't get around it. Ultimately, they're going to all be put to death. You're not going to see any more. To see Edomites at some time in the future, to see Edomites, you're going to have to go to a museum. They're going to be on display right there with the woolly mammoth, which they're trying to bring back. Right there with the dire wolf, which they claim they done brung back. Right here in Dallas, there's a chem company that a couple of months ago made news, said they had brung back the dire wolf. Basically, I'm calling BS, but you know they done tricked it. They done used a bunch of trick science and gave this thing about 90% dire wolf DNA. Yeah, so it's 3 of them running around in captivity now. Go ahead, Warren.
They just won't be happy until they kill themselves or unalive themselves. I think if they could, they bring back the dinosaurs and let the dinosaurs eat themselves.
Well, Jurassic Park, they've been kind of teasing that, yeah.
That's what I self-destruction is just all they look for at the end of the day.
Because they want to be God. It talks about this in 2 Corinthians. They want to be the Most High. There's a reason white Jesus has survived so long. They want to be the Most High. Right now, they're in space. They've been in space over 100 years. Why are they there? Have anybody figured that out? Go ahead, sis.
Because they know that Black Yahweh Shai is coming up the sky one day. They're looking for him.
Yeah. They want to kill him before he gets here. Get a sister a hand, y'all. That's exactly why they're there. But
it's like I think it's that too, but I think it's also that they polluted this place so much.
Yeah.
They're trying to escape, find an escape route to get out of this as well.
If they could colonize Mars, they do so. Without question, they do it.
Like they want to separate. Like that's what I don't understand. Our people want to hold on and cling on to them. They want to separate so bad they go to another planet.
Come on. They done left the EU. They're leaving places right now, even up there at home, our home, Israel, where they got the nerve to be. Do you know they have an escape plan? And you know what that escape plan is? Going back to where the hell they come from. If you look at the kingdom of Khazaria, where it is now, it would be over there where Kazakhstan and a whole lot of them former Soviet countries are, and that's going to be where they go back. They've already got that lined up. When they eventually lose Israel, them so-called Jews over there, we know they're not the Jews. When they eventually lose that, I don't know if they lose to the Palestinians or not, but when they eventually lose that, that's where they're going back. They're going back home. Going back to ancient Khazaria, where the hell they came from.
The gypsies in nature anyway.
Gone.
Vagabonds that, the scriptures even tell you that vagabonds.
He's a vagabond of the earth.
Gypsies are, and people they just roam the earth with no real purpose at the end of the day.
Gone. And that's where they're going back. And when Christ returns, the only thing they got, all their rulership will be over by then, and all they got to look for is slavery. And while the other nations eventually will have, after their slavery, they go back into their lands, so-called white man is going to be annihilated. Like I said, he's going to be in the museum right there next to the woolly mammoth that he's trying to bring back now, and the dire wolf that he swore he done bring back, and a few other extinct animals. Don't laugh now. They're also trying to bring the dodo bird back, thylacine back. For those of you who don't know what a thylacine is, that's basically it's a predatory marsupial that was in Australia almost 100 years ago until it was extinct.
Why is it always the predators that they try to bring?
Well, so far that and dire wolf the only one they're trying to bring back. Why, I don't know. I can't answer that question for you right there.
They bring the honeybees back. Because the honeybees.
At least they had a purpose.
Well, that's what I mean. Why don't they bring back something that actually has a purpose, other than just hunting and killing down something? I don't know. That shows the difference between Jacob and Esau.
He's a cunning hunter. It's just Esau being his nature, man. All right, let's get back on topic. I know I'm gonna hear something about this later. We're on verse 9, are we not? Let's get verse 9.
Exodus chapter 29, verse 9. Wakakorah, Atham, Elah, Rashawa, Wanathat, Ard, Lazar, Hagodash, Allah, Matazanapath.
Exodus 29, verse 9 in the English. Thou shalt gird them with girdles, Aaron and his sons, and put the bonnets on them, and the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual statute. And thou shalt consecrate Aaron and his sons.
We don't talk about consecrate anymore because, it's too many Christians watch this and they think that consecrate means, because of Bishop Wayne T. Jackson, they think consecrate means the jump on a brother's butt, basically. Like Wayne T. Jackson did. Y'all Did y'all catch me a couple of weeks ago with that?
Count.
No gorillas, sir.
Yeah, no gorilla up in there, and no Diddy either. I promise y'all, we ain't gonna have too much Diddy conversation this morning. All right.
Well, the way the thing is going, you have to start saying no Diddy, no Usher.
Yeah.
No.
Just to,
No Mike Todd.
right. Just to separate yourself from fake Israelite groups and Christians, you gotta, the damn shame is we now have to prove our manhood now. You know what I'm saying? Here you got the ISUPK, the one place guaranteed to not find a homosexual or on the down low, and yet we don't have to, because of these other knockoff Israelite groups with their bull crap, we now have to defend our masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Speaking of that, I just had a conversation with a brother the other day, and I'm like, man, because he had something I needed to get from him, and I said, man, I'll get that from you later on. He was like, wait a minute, pause. I'm like, dude, I can't say regular.
Yeah.
Everything is now homosexual.
Yeah.
I can't even have regular sentences.
Not even regular sentences with you, bro. I can't call. Yeah.
It's bad. You gotta watch everything you say.
Yeah.
Because when I was growing up, man, we said things that now everybody's like, wait, what'd you just say? And it's like, man, you can't even talk.
You can't.
You just can't even talk. They made it so, I don't know, this world.
Like I can't, like my brother Travis here, my brother Travis. I can't, 20 or 30 years ago, I could call brother Travis my man. And everybody understood what that mean. They'd be like, that's my main man, that's my dog. If I got to ride somewhere, he rides with me normally. You normally don't see me without seeing him. You know what I'm saying? You say that now, they're going to immediately think there's something going on behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not a queer and he ain't either, they're going to assume. You know what I'm saying? A man has to defend his own heterosexuality and his manhood now. All because of our sellout nigga leaders, the brothers in the Christian church, and now brothers in fake Israelite groups. In light of all that mess that's been going on with that Sakari madness about a few months ago. You know what I'm saying? It is a crazy world and a crazy time to be in. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, we gonna endure it to the end there, are we not? All right then. Let's get we're at verse 10 now, right?
So look at Exodus chapter 29, verse 10 in the Hebrew. Waqwabah, Ah, Par, Plan, Ahal, Mawa'ad, Wasamak, Aran, Omanewa, Abanat, Aran, Omanewa, Wakabashath, Aham, Magaba'ath, Wayata, Aham, Kanaya, Kahana, Lakwa, Awalam, Wamala'ath, Allah, Rashawa, Washakath, Wow.
Yes, Salakia, Lamawa, before Trooper Godal Ahmad gets that in the English, if you sisters and your brothers need more fans, just turn it toward y'all. All right? Don't want y'all sweating up in there. We supposed to do the work. We supposed to sweat. You know what I'm saying? This is warfare for us. You know what I'm saying? This little Sabbath service is literally a preparation for war for us. We supposed to sweat. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Trooper.
Exodus 29 and verse 10. And thou shalt cause a bullock to be brought before the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the bullock. And thou shalt kill the bullock before the Lord by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Okay, so kill a bullock before the Most High. You know, Most High needs sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So that bullock had to go by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. We're going to go ahead and get verse 12.
Look at Exodus chapter 29, verse 12 in the Hebrew. Walapukath, the dung, Par, Wanakata, Allah, Kororath, Koronath, Mazabak, Bataza Ba'ai, Wa'ath, Kal, Adam, Tashapak, Al, Yada Yaham, Al, Ra'ash, Apar.
Book of Exodus 29 and verse 12. And thou shalt take of the blood of the bullock and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar.
Okay, that's a ritual, obviously, when it's talking about putting the blood on the altar. That's a ritual. That's when the Most High put rituals upon you, he's just trying to see if you obey. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of all this. Obviously, there's nothing spiritual about a bull's blood, but he's looking for obedience right here. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to do what the hell I say? All right. Verse 13. I'm pretty sure we won't get to Exodus the 30th chapter today, but we're going to get through as much of this chapter here in 29 as we can. But go ahead, Officer Lamawad.
Exodus chapter 29, verse 13. Well, kaf, off, call, Hakala, Amakasa, off, Hakarab, off, Ayatorah, off, Hakabah.
Exodus 29 verse 13. And thou shalt take all the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul that is above the liver, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar.
So it's taking all the organs and burning them. Obviously, we don't eat that stuff, so make use of it by burning it in the altar. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is more along tradition, just to show obedience. Obviously, we're not doing this part of the law right now. You know what I'm saying? This kind of goes into us. What does it say? Job 38 and 3. It says, "Rehearse the righteous acts." Am I getting that wrong, y'all? Mapatazai, get Job 38 and 3 real quick. That's okay. I got him doing it. I want to make sure I'm right on that. Job 38 and 3. You know how we're reading about how furs and ephods and what have you really made people like Aaron and his sons look fly? That's how Mapatazai is going to be in about a year or two. Yeah. His ISUPK will probably have a magazine. Mapatazai going to be on the cover of it. I can see that one day. Go ahead.
This is the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 3. Gird up now thy loins, like a man, for I will demand of thee an answer.
Okay, so I got the wrong scripture. Hold on one second. I'm going to find that scripture. Hold on. I know it's in Job. I'm in the wrong scripture. Salakia for that. Give me 1 second. If I can get this damn thing to cooperate. Y'all stay where you are. Pulling out the old Boolean and okay, yeah. Give me Judges 5 and 11, Mapatazai. And read it with as much force and much voice as you can, all right? I just had this wrong scripture, so like it for that. Judges 5 and 11.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawn water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
Rehearse the righteous acts of who?
righteous acts of the Lord.
Rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. Go ahead and finish that scripture.
Even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his village in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
There you go. Most High Christ. That's all we doing right now. Obviously, I don't expect any of y'all to go home and sacrifice a bullock and take his liver and his innards and all that and burn it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't expecting any of y'all to do that. It's we just rehearsing. We're rehearsing what we can rehearse. We're all coming back to this. You know what I'm saying? Even though I've been in this 13 years, I'm still learning. Still learning what to do right and how to go about this. So I'm saying that only so you brothers and sisters that are listening to me on online and that are in here at this library with me, don't cut your throat just because y'all can't do it perfect right now. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be able to do it with absolute perfection until Yahweh Shai comes back, sets us back in our land, and then literally show us how it's supposed to be done. Because he was the walking law. You understand it? Y'all understand it, right? So we got to do it the best we can in this in this land that's not ours, and with what's made available to us. So please, none of y'all get arrested or complaints from neighbors because y'all back there like call yourself trying to be obedient, trying to burn the damn bull's guts and his liver and other parts of his organs and stuff. Please don't do that. Pretty please.
We can't have a barbecue.
Yeah, we can barbecue for sure. Matter of fact, it's a brother in school, I ain't gonna say names, they can't wait to host a barbecue or a cookout. They're literally on hinge. So till we get a building, and then we're gonna hold them cookouts. You know what I'm saying? The feast days are gonna be glorious. All you sisters, y'all gonna be expected to step up. Then y'all are, Sister Angel already know because she was in Oklahoma. She already know what the assignment is. You know what I'm saying? We got sisters in it. Sisters that are not in this room right now already know what's up. You know? We appreciate all you brothers and sisters as ready to do it, ready to get this this nationhood and rehearse the righteous acts, as the brother brought out. We are in what verse now?
Verse 14.
Let's get verse 14.
Come, with Exodus chapter 29, verse 14 in Hebrew. Wa'ah, Yashar, Bar, Yasuwa, Mazbak.
Exodus 29, verse 14. But the flesh of the bullock and his skin and his dung shalt thou burn with fire without the camp. It is a sin offering.
Yeah, so his skin and his doo-doo, we got to burn that too. You know what I'm saying? Well, we were in the land and had, you know, hell, we could be here if we had like our own property and could do it, but it's highly likely we'll all end up property owners when we get the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And then we can do it by the letter. You know what I'm saying? Most High want that skin and that doo-doo burnt up. We're gonna scoop up that doo-doo. We're gonna peel that skin off that bastard, and we're gonna burn it all. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Verse 15.
Exodus chapter 29, verse 15 in Hebrew. Wa'ah, Hayal, Hakad, Wa'ah, Shtayah, Akalayah, Wa'ah, Akalah, Ashar, Ayahan, Wa'akot, Torah, Amazabakah.
Exodus 29, verse 15. Thou shalt also take one ram, and Aaron his son shall put their hands upon the head of the ram.
Oh yeah, the goats. Give it up to Officer Mawaz and his rib, Parab and Yum, because she made a hellified goat just about a few weeks ago. Did she not? That's about a few weeks ago, wasn't it? Hellified job at it. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to do that again. I ain't had an experience with curry goat in a while until that. So props to it. But it's talking about the ram too. The head of the ram. It's things ritualistically we did with that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Esau picked up on that, and that became the symbol of Satanism. But keep in mind, the ram is a righteous animal. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can eat a ram right now if you catch one. You know what I'm saying? And I know you sisters will prepare to perfection. I know y'all will, especially Sister Princess because she likes to cook. Hey, look at me. That's all I can say. And this is 100 pounds later. You know what I'm saying? I was a whole lot bigger not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? So give it up to the Most High. We are in verse 16, are we not? Let's go ahead and get that.
Exodus chapter 29, verse 16 in the Hebrew. Shekatav, it's like ha'ayal, wa'av, harav, wa'av, harashawah, tasharat, tasharat, wa'ash, makwataza, makwataza, makana, hata'av, hawa'av.
Exodus 29, verse 16. And thou shalt slay the ram, and thou shalt take his blood and sprinkle it around about upon the altar.
You ready to sprinkle ram blood on the altar? I mean, it just sounds real crazy to me now. In the kingdom, I'm going to obviously do it, but I tell you what, it's not going to be the highlight of my day. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be doing that purely out of love of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkling blood on the altar and shit. Yeah. First, we're on verse 17. Go ahead, Ak. If any of you sisters and brothers want some of this bread, just come on and grab a cutting tool and go on and get some of it, all right? Or make sure your hands are clean. Put it like that. Go ahead, Warrior. I'm sorry.
Exodus chapter 29, verse 17. Wa'af. Ha'ayal. Batak. Wanatakal Yawa. Warakata Af. The Quack. Wasamakawa. Aharan. Wabanayawa. Af. Yada Yaham. Al. Waash. Ha'ayal.
Exodus 29, verse 17. And thou shalt cut the ram in pieces and wash the inwards of him and his legs and put them unto his pieces and unto his head.
Gross. Verse 18.
Exodus chapter 29, verse 18 in the Hebrew. Wahakwata Torah Salaka. Wahakwata Af call Yah Amazabaka Onakwata Af Damawa was a Raquaf Al Amazabak Sabayah.
Exodus 29, verse 18. And thou shalt burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto the Lord. It is a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Anybody feel like cooking a ram today? Just a thought. Just a thought. If any of y'all do, can y'all give me a call? These other brothers got pride and don't want to come off like they're big and anything, but any of you brothers and sisters are cooking ram today, just give me a call. I appreciate that. Say that again. Put some stubs on it. Damn right. After all, I am a Southern boy. We are in verse 19, are we not? Let's get it. 19 and 20, Salaki.
Exodus chapter 29, verses 19 and 20 in Hebrew. Walakokah, Hayah, Hashanayah, Kawabawa, Wakara, Awa Yawa, Jonathan, Al, Nathaka Yawa, Wow, Rashawa, verse 20, Washakatah, Ta'ayah, Walakokah, Allah, Awa'al, La Yahweh, Rayak, Nayakawak, Ashab, La Yahweh, Awa'al.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 19 and 20. And thou shalt take the other ram, and Aaron his son shall put their hands upon the head of the ram. Verse 20, then thou shalt kill the ram, and take of his blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and upon the tip of the right ear of his sons, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about.
I'm glad that the brothers went into this first because I want to tell y'all something. The one thing the Christians are right about is we can't keep the law perfect here in this land. You know what I'm saying? We understand that, and we understand that we're not going to be judged on the law alone at that time. Y'all do understand that. The Christians ain't lying about that. But that don't mean you don't try to keep the laws that you can keep. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, as the brother, and I want Gadal Ahmad to read again, verse 20, where it says, let's start where it says, start from the beginning. Thou shalt, I want y'all to pay attention to this real quick. Gadal Ahmad, Baba Kashar.
Khan. Exodus 29, verse 20. Then thou shalt kill the ram, and take of his blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron.
Okay. So, I'm not expecting y'all to go kill a ram and put it on the right tip of your sons. You know what I'm saying? Please don't none of y'all do that. It's talking about your brothers and sisters. Don't none of y'all. If you're gonna kill a ram and eat it, that's fine. But don't take the blood of it and put it on the ear of what's the young man's name again? Young Marcus. Yeah, don't put any ram. What's your name? Marcus what? Demir? Marcus Stewart. How old are you, Marcus Stewart? 5 years old? Okay. I want you to have my phone number pretty soon. You tell me if your mother, Sister Princess, puts any ram's blood on your ear tonight, all right? That's what I want. Because I'm gonna check her behind swiftly for that if she does that. But yeah, go ahead, sister.
Are there any of us out here that are really that?
Hey, sis, you never know with these when it comes to these fake Israelite groups, a lot of them will go into this madness because they have in the past. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just mentioning it so there's a reason I'm mentioning now. The Christians are right. We can't keep the law perfect in this land, right? But that don't mean break the law. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out here, you brothers, and have sex with your brother's wife. Don't go out here and smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Don't be out here like that. So ruthless. You ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Get a chance, check it out.
You seen it, sister?
Sadly, it's my favorite show.
Is Tyler Perry the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically it's
Don't even get me started on Tyler Perry, all right? But go ahead.
So basically it's a kind of like cult group, and yeah, it gets bad.
You and I are gonna have to talk about that later, brother. Yes. Go ahead, sis.
I was gonna say it's kind of resembling a lot of guerrilla action.
Right. It is. Yeah.
Is it doing a lot of gorilla shit?
It's doing a lot of worldly things.
Yeah,
A lot.
because the main dude, like the women want him,
Right.
but he don't want the women.
Who does he want? The men?
Yeah.
And he's got his whole little like security force.
Yeah.
To be on his security force, they have to be on some gorilla stuff. Yeah.
That's how he tests them.
Yeah, that's how he tests them. Come. And then when he gets through with them, they are loyal subjects.
Now keep in mind, Tyler Perry thinks he's a man of God.
Right.
So who makes a movie like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why would you even go into that?
That shows.
I think it's what in its fourth season or something like that.
Yeah. It's doing pretty good.
Yeah. that lets you know who's out here supporting it enough where it's in its fourth season.
Listen, if y'all ever need confirmation that Christianity is not of God, listen to the words Officer Lumberwire just said about the show. It's done by Tyler Perry, a so-called Christian, and instead of pushing family values, it's pushing a man who's a leader of a cult who has some underground, just like they do in Freemasonry, got some underground homosexual stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? According to Officer Lamawat, I don't want to watch the show. I don't watch anything Tyler Perry does. I don't fool with Tyler Perry. That's what I'm saying. Don't even get me started on it. Go ahead.
We got to scratch and claw for 100 likes and subscribers on our platform.
Meanwhile, this bastard for this abominable show, this Christian with $1 billion in the bank and his own studio, can put this nonsense out and get hammered. And what is he on season? What now? Are they anywhere close to canceling the show? Tells you all you need to know about where we at, y'all. Tells you all you need to know where we at.
It's not even. When I watched it, it was poorly made in my opinion. But I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
As long as it holds that name, that's just like buying a name brand thing. Like I was in school, starter jackets were a thing.
Yeah, right. I remember that.
Now starter jackets, you can get them in Walmart. So it really just, it's the people that put the value on it. It's not the value of the product.
We gotta break towards what is right and what is righteous, man, for real. And quit dealing with all the folly of the world. You know what I'm saying? Now I done lost my point, so we're gonna get back to the topic, but just understand that if it comes back up, I'm gonna dive into that a little deeper. All right.
I guess my point was by saying people value the product, not the product being valuable.
God.
No one puts value in the Lord anymore.
Right.
Because if they did, they would do things for the Lord. They wouldn't watch things like Ruthless.
Exactly. They wouldn't watch it, and they wouldn't do it, Tyler wouldn't even have a point of making a show like that unless it was based on something. You know what I'm saying? Based on a market somewhere. That down low homosexual community. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to what I was saying originally, and like I said, I kind of lost the point for a minute, but it should not be a thing to not sleep with your woman's wife. You know what I'm saying? That you shouldn't say I can't be perfect or can't keep it in perfection when it don't take nothing to not sleep with a married man's wife. To not smoke weed or do any other drugs. To not kill your brother or your sister. To not eat pork or crab or lobster. That's supposed to be easy, y'all. I mean, y'all don't love the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The Most High said, don't do it. So just like if your parent told you don't do it, you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? And the truest way you show your parent that you love them is simply don't do what he says don't. Keep in mind, Yahweh, the Supreme, is all our parents, everyone in this room. So if he say don't do it, just don't do it. Pork ain't the only meat out there. You can do a lot of things with beef. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that nasty, disgusting swine. Go ahead, bro.
As I see it, and I've experienced, a lot of us only do the things we're not supposed to do, so we can say, "Don't nobody tell me what to do."
Right.
That we say, don't eat that pork. Ain't nobody gonna tell me I can't eat that pork. I'm gonna do what I want to do. It's real sad thing because we believe that we're doing what we want to do, and at the end of the day, you're really doing what that demon wants you to do. So,
absolutely, you go on according to Satan's program if you're doing that,
right.
Doing something contrary to the Lord. So if you eating pork or smoking or in a relationship with a man's wife, you are running the program of Satan. You understand that, right? Y'all understand? Okay. Let's get we're in verse where are we at? Verse 21? Let's go ahead and get verse 21.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 21 in the Hebrew. Walakat, Manamawa, Manatata, Allah, Manawak, Azan, Aran, Baal, Manawak, Azan, Manayawa, Hayamanayam, Sulaki, Hayamanayat, Waal, Wahan, Yadam, Wasamak, Aran, Wabanyawa, Ah, Yada Yaham, Al, Raash, Hayam.
Book of Exodus, chapter 29 and verse 21. And thou shalt take of the blood that is upon the altar, and of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it upon Aaron, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon the garments of his sons with him. And he shall be hallowed, and his garments, and his sons garments with him.
So y'all understand why we put the oil on your head. You know what I'm saying? Because that's they would call it a religious rites now, but no, it's just our culture. And we were the only ones doing that. You know what I'm saying? You might have other cultures do it now. I'm telling you, they got it from us. That was ours first. You know what I'm saying? Take that anointing oil, which was pure virgin olive oil, and put it on your head. You know what I'm saying? Even the priest got to put it on his. The high priest got to put it on his head. Had to put it on his garments because that was just the way we rolled. Nowadays, I'm pretty sure every culture in the world that's stealing from us has probably got some kind of anointing ritual going on. You know what I'm saying? And it don't mean a damn thing. Verse 22.
Verse 22 in the Hebrew. Walakat, Yana, Ayam, Wakalah, Wahala Yam, Wahala Ya, Wa'af, Wakalah, Wakakasa, Af, Wakarah, Wa'af, Yatarath, Wanyawa, Wa'al, Wakatayam, Wanyawa, Watawa, Wakadash, Hawa'al, Wawagadaw Yawa, Wawana Yawa, Wabagadaya, Wanyawa, Watawa.
The book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 22. Also, thou shalt take of the ram of the fat and the rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and the right shoulder, for it is a ram of consecration.
All right, so Basically, we do with them innards what as it is by the law. You know what I'm saying? We obviously didn't eat that, but the meat of the ram, of course, is what we did have. You know what I'm saying? Who here has had ram's meat? Let me just ask that curious question. Among you brothers and sisters here, who has had ram's meat? Okay, that's y'all homework assignment for the week. Y'all make y'all way to Central Market and buy some ram's meat. All right. Well, we got to find out. We got to find out. Central Market ain't far from all y'all. I know it's one close. You know what I'm saying? It is. They're related. They're the same animal, basically. A ram is a little bit wilder goat, a little bit bigger. Yeah. It's where the Los Angeles football team gets their team name. But all right. Where are we now? Are we on verse 23 yet? Let's get it.
Exodus chapter 29, verse 23. Wakakar, Makam, Akah, Wakalah, Makam, Shaman, Akah, Oracle, Yar, Akah, Masal, Amatazawah, Akabad, Wa'ath, Shetaya, Akalayath, Wa'ath, Akalah, Ashar, Ayahan, Wa'ath, Shawak, Ayamayan, Ayah, Ayah.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 23. And one loaf of bread, and one cake of oiled bread, and one wafer out of the basket of the unleavened bread that is before the Lord.
Hey, I hope you sisters were listening to that. How to make unleavened bread and one wafer out of the basket, y'all. Y'all got it? Yeah, y'all say that again. There you go. There you go. There you go. Teachers are out there for you, man. Good. I think very. I'll just say me personally. I think very highly of a sister that can do a lot with unleavened bread. It may be important to y'all. It may not be important to y'all. I'm just gonna put it out there. Verse 24. Let's get verse 24.
Book of Exodus chapter 29, verse 24 in the Hebrew. Mat, Akal, Allah, Kabiyah, Aran, Wa'al, Kabiyah, Wanyawa, Wanapath,
Say, sister.
Atam,
This is some trash.
Malayam, Hawa.
Just hand it to them. Just thing. Yeah.
Exodus chapter 29 and verse 24. And thou shalt put all in the hands of Aaron and in the hands of his sons, and shall wave them for a wave offering before the Lord.
All right, so one wafer out the basket, unleavened bread. That is we were in verse 24 where it says a wave offering. Who knows what that means? Who knows what a wave offering is? Let's go ahead and look it up. Go ahead. No, that's not it. Let's go ahead and look that up. Wave offering. I know Trooper Zakarwan got me. Wave offering. What you got?
A wave offering was a portion of a sacrifice to God that released by God for use of those involved in the sacrifice.
All right, so it's used for the priest in this case. You know what I'm saying? That's what the wave offering was. Offering given by the Most High personally. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, Aaron being the high priest, he had literally a hand of the Lord, the mouth of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm sorry, the mouth of the Lord was actually Moses. But Aaron had first hand of the Most High and everything that the Most High wanted done. You know what I'm saying? At all went with being high priest. He got to be the beneficiary of the law. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all kids get it. They understood. All right. Let's get we're in verse 25. We're gonna get at it for about 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and pray out. All right. Go ahead.
Chapter 29, verse 25. Walakukah, thumb, Mayadum, Wakwatazu, Waha, Watara, Amazabaka, Allah, Allah, Marayak, Jar, Panyal, Yahweh.
Exodus 29, verse 25. And thou shalt receive them of their hands and burn them upon the altar for a burnt offering, for a sweet savor before the Lord. It is an offering made by fire unto Yahweh.
Most High in Christ. Verse 26.
Exodus chapter 29, verse 26 in Hebrew. Walakukah, Akazah, Mayal, Amala Ayam, Ashar, Danawapah, Panyal, Yahweh.
Exodus 29 and verse 26. And thou shalt take the breast of the ram of Aaron's consecration and wave it for a wave offering before the Lord, and it shall be thy part.
Okay, verse 27.
Exodus 29, verse 27 in Hebrew. Wakwadash, Azah, Yakawak, Lapanya, Yahweh, Ashah, Mawa'ah, La Yahweh.
Exodus 29, verse 27. And thou shalt sanctify the breast of the wave offering and the shoulder of the heave offering, which is waved and which is heaved up, of the ram of the consecration, even that which is for Aaron, and of that which is for his sons.
Okay, so y'all understand what's going on. These are more what they would call religious rites, but no, this is just Israel keeping this custom. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if the other nations knew how to cut the shoulder off a bullock or a ram and serve that with sweet savor. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But everything to even go into the shoulder of the beast is just showing you precision, is it not? You know what I'm saying? Because they do that now with lambs, with cows, and of course that disgusting pork. They give you the shoulders of it now. You know what I'm saying? I know when there were a couple of years for medical reasons I couldn't go to the Passover, so I would have kind of a lamb dinner at home during the Passover. It was always the shoulders of the lamb I would buy at Central Market. You know what I'm saying? So just done with precision. I don't even know if the nations knew how filling that could be. You know what I'm saying? Back then. We are in verse, where are we? 27?
28.
28, so like it. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 29, verse 28. Wahayah, Waharan, Walaban Yahweh, Laquak, so like Lakak, Awalam, Ma'ah, Mayah, Asha'ala, Biyah, Nothing Wapah, Wa'ah, Shawak, Hatawam, so like Hatawamah, Ashar, Awanaf, Washar, Hawaram, Mayam, Amala Ayam, Mashar, Hawaran, Wahanapath, Atawa, Tanawapa, Lapanya, Yahweh, Wahaya, Ka, Lamana.
Exodus 29, verse 29. Verse 28. And it shall be Aaron's and his sons by statute forever from the children of Israel, for it is an heave offering. And it shall be an heave offering from the children of Israel of the sacrifice of their peace offerings, even their heave offering unto the Lord.
Verse 29.
Book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 29 in Hebrew. Book of the Yah, Hakodash, Ashar, Maran, Yahweh, Laman Yawah, Akara Yawah, Lamashakah, Baham, Walamallah, Lama, Taramah, Hawa'ah, Wataramah, Yahweh, Ma'ah, Yah, Yasha'ala, Mazabakawa, Mazabakawa, Shalom Yaham, Taramatam, La Yahweh.
Exodus 29 and verse 29. And the holy garments of Aaron shall be his sons after him, to be anointed therein, and to be consecrated in them.
We're going to go ahead and get this last verse today. We're going to get verse 30, and then we're going to go ahead and pray out. The water for all y'all coming, and let's do it again next Sabbath. I'm regularly in touch with everyone in this room, so we'll just keep this going, keep this truth growing and growing within y'all household. This is how we go. This is how we get the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The New Testament tells you that the kingdom don't come through observation, and y'all being here right now is proof that you all submitted to that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to put in work, and part of the work is being at the Sabbath service, being at camp. Those of you brothers are supposed to be, and showing our people how this stuff's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all y'all coming here like y'all did. Let's do it again next Sabbath. All right? We're gonna get this last verse, and then we're gonna pray out, and then I got a few minutes for anybody who want to see me afterwards. All right? All right, go ahead.
Book of Exodus, chapter 29, verse 30 in the Hebrew. Baba'ai, Yamayam, Yalabasham, Akahan, Akatayawa, Mabana Yawa, Ashar, Yaba'a, Al, Ahal, Mawa'ad, Lasharah.
Exodus 29 and verse 30 in the English. And that son that is priest in his stead shall put them on 7 days, when he cometh into the tabernacle of the congregation to minister in the holy place.
In other words, all these rights that they were talking about in this chapter, you had to do that in order to minister, i.e., teach the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't come in there any other way. Everything we literally talked about today that came out of this book was just our culture. Now, please, you brothers and sisters that are in here, do not look at this as some kind of religion, okay? This is how it's supposed to be done, and it was only meant to be done by one people: Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. That's who's supposed to be living this. We supposed to see ourselves in this. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you ain't gonna do it right. You ain't gonna give a damn about it. If y'all were all still Christians, y'all wouldn't worry about any of that. You know what I'm saying? Because hell, Christians don't even like dealing with the Old Testament because they've been told that it's for the Jews, not knowing the goddamn it, you're the Jews. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, sis.
I think the perfect precept for that is Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Yeah, that's the perfect precept for that.
It simplifies it.
Absolutely. There's a few others that simplified, but that's a good one. Deuteronomy 7:6 is a good one. We got to go back to knowing what holy means and go back to being a separate nation. Okay, what I'm saying? It's listen to Black Watch every Monday, all right? Don't y'all miss Commander General Yohana's show because he's constantly showing us with what's going on in the Middle East and what's going on right here, why we need to be separate. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to look for any more Got it? All right, let's go in and pray out. So, the water of all y'all joining us online. Join us next week. We're going to be bringing the Sabbath service out again. Go ahead. The water. Let's go in and pray out.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Abanawa.
Shabbat
Shemayim. Kodash. Ayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakaka. Tabaha. Ratazaka. Ayah. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Ayah. Hashemayim. Nathanawa. Akam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalakna. Kabawathnao. Kasalaknao. Kabawathnao. Wala'a. Tabayanawa. Banasawan. Abal. Shashanao. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Namalakwa. Wahala. Lakapara. Lawalamyum. Aman.
So the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
On
earth
as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power.
And the glory.
Forever. So be it.
This is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Ba'ashem. Yahushua. Babakashah. Nathanael. Akak. Larba. Kalmagalah. Makal Madawa. Akak. Latahar. Atamazarayim. Akak. Lahakwayim. Lamathium. Akak. Awakawath. Atamala. Lagarashan. Ba'ashem. Yahushua. The water. Aman.
This is the power in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
The
power to heal all manner of sickness.
And
all manner of disease.
The
power to cleanse the lepers.
The
power to raise the dead.
The
power against unclean spirits.
To
cast them out.
In
the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
All right. That concludes the Sabbath service. Be sure to continue paying your tithes and offerings to ISUPK.com, and shalom. We all?
Yeah, Babylon is falling.